Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. It's your boy Ali TCG, and wherever you're watching from, I hope you're having a wonderful day or a wonderful night. Today we've got an opening extravaganza here for you. So as you can see, we have got one of the new ST-26s. I want to give a bit of a review for that one as well. I think there's some absolutely stunning cards in there, as well as the new alt leader they've done for it as well. Absolutely great for the purple black Luffy. So we'll go through that at the end. Want to go through some of the cards that can be very helpful in the meta at the moment. And as you can see here, absolutely choice of range from the new OP-11. We got 3 packs that we got spare from the pre-release we had during the week, 2 double packs, and of course a booster box here. So we'll go from the quickest things to open first. So let's go straight into the packs and see what else we can get this week. Had some absolutely amazing luck in the last couple of actual openings, and last week's video was something to be seen, so I'll pop that in the description so you guys, if you're new, you can watch. And let's see what we can get here from these packs. Absolute pure excitement, great new set. Let's wait and see what this opening is going to get for us. Here we go. Neptunian, not my type. Gear 2, we do need that for the UP deck. And that's followed by a Charlotte Katakuri. That's something else I wanted to mention. He seems abnormally hard to be pulled, as well as the SR Nami so far from what I've seen with my friends. So that's definitely a welcome sight from the 3 loose packs that we had. Hopefully we get another one in the box as well, or in some of these packs here too. That is a great start. We do need that card. And speaking of pre-release, that is an absolutely busted card that you can have in your pre-release. Shout out to one of the friends at Locals that I versed, if he's watching as well. He did absolutely use it on me, and it really destroyed that matchup. It was absolutely game over once he played that card. Really good for your pre-release, especially with a PIB Sanji, and then getting to block him right at the end. Absolutely nutty card, that Katakuri. Alright, on to the next one here. We've got Mr. Neptune and Jinbei right after with another SR. Alright, we'll take that. We'll take that. 2 SRs off the spare packs. Can we get something else off the third? Wouldn't that be lovely? I don't think I saw a leader pack there, so maybe we could be in for a special treat here. And then of course going into the double packs next, I want to see these nice new Don that we have. I think both Kobe and Katakuri themed. Praline, Honesty Impact. And then we've got a rare Arlong at the back, so we can't be hopeful for too much after that. And apologies here again for the tearing noise, as I usually say for the double packs, because they're very loud with the tape that's attached to them. And of course a lot of plastic that goes along with it. Oh, look at that at the back of the box, Mr. Garp, Helmeppo, and of course the regular pack art with Kobe on the side. Absolutely huge. Alrighty. Let's see if we can get hopefully one each of the 2 Dons you usually get in these double packs, so I can give a nice little review of both as we drop the pack, which isn't ideal. Alright, whose Don have we got first? Smacking the camera there, sorry guys. Oh, look at that, it's Kobe. So it's these nice little glasses there, and look at the texturing on that. Pretty nice. Pretty nice for the special Don. And when we move on to the next packs, of course we're here for extra pulls. Some great things we can pull. Of course going for Snake Man Manga, or the absolutely gorgeous gold or silver anniversary rare Luffy, because those are just some absolutely amazing cards you'd be able to pull. Seeing it around slowly on posts on social media, so it would be really nice to get one of those. We've got a leader pack here with Nami, then Karibu, and I'm gonna be a Navy officer with Kobe at the back. Alright, second pack of the first double pack. Oh, no way, it's given us an alt leader! The double pack has given us an alt leader before we even go into the box. Oh my lord. Everyone, quickly, let's just pause the video, pop down a comment, and let me know which alt leader you want to get. We got one in the last box, so hopefully it's not the same one. Don't want to spoil that away. Let's flip that over without revealing any of the colors here. Here we go. I really do hope it is a spare of the one that we not a spare, sorry, a different one that we've got. So we have some variety in alt leaders here. Look at that, double packs to the rescue, hey? If we don't get anything good after that, we've got the one redeemer pack that comes with the ST deck as well. Alright, Charlotte Oven here. Let's reveal the second alt leader we've got. What is it? It is the Charlotte Katakuri. Look at that, the big man himself. We've got to quickly sleeve that up, guys. Absolute necessity. The big man himself. Wow. Look at that. Isn't he cool? And of course he's got the big, absolutely swole looking alt art in this set as well. That is awesome. That is really cool. And he's actually got a pretty good deck format as well with those SR Katakuris that you've got. You can build a pretty good deck around him too. So that is awesome. What a pull we've got there. Look at that. The double pack gave us something absolutely stunning. That is awesome. I don't think I've ever got an alt leader from a double pack. Maybe in the past that I can't remember, but that's awesome to get that. That is amazing. And as I mentioned, of course, you do get one spare pack as part of the ST decks, which I really like. I don't know if they're permanently doing that now. It's really awesome. Gives you a nice chance. I'm sure the box won't disappoint for the pulls, but worst case scenario, it does. We can still potentially get something awesome in the last pack redeemer. Having started off with that, I'm not complaining whatsoever. Alright, next Don here. Here we go, we got a double Kobe. We've double Kobe'd up on that. So that's not ideal with the old Dons. I was hoping to get one of the Katakuri ones. But let's go straight into the next two packs of the double pack, then the box. And let's have a review of this ST-26. Some great cards in there, especially the SRs at the top. Alrighty, let's fly through these packs so we can start flying through the box. Bartholomew, Perospero, and Dole towards the back for a rare. Now, can we potentially get another alt leader from here? No, we won't. We can't. It's okay. That's not too bad. We can't complain with getting that from the first one. Absolutely awesome. It's probably one of the best pulls I've ever got from a double pack. That's absolutely awesome. Alright, here we go. Usopp. Really long event there. Megalo, Aramaki, and then, oh, look at that. We've got an alternate art Jinbei. These double packs are cracked. What's going on? That is amazing. Look at that. I think my friend actually pulled one in pre-release. That is a gorgeous bit of art with his kick there. Stunning with the texturing going on as well. Well, well, well. Let me pull these aside, ladies and gentlemen. And let's get onto the box, because I think this is going to be a pretty damn good review. So let's get straight into it. And hopefully, as I already mentioned, on top of maybe getting something absolutely cracked for the box again, we can maybe get another alt leader, anniversary, the manga, and of course for SRs we really need to be seeing the Nami and Katakuri, so let's really hope we can get another one here from the box. Alrighty, wasting no further time, straight into it. First pack magic. What can you give us? Last week's box was absolutely cracked. I can only hope for something as good. Let's fly through these packs, everyone. I hope your pulls are going really well with OP-11 and you're getting the cards that you want. Here we go. Poseidon, Tony Chopper, Frankie, Shirley for a rare, and then a Monkey D Garp. Absolutely loading up the Haki in the arm. That's a sick bit of art for an SR. Absolutely go-to character right there. Mr. Monkey D Garp. OP-11 dropping some absolute bangers. As mentioned, I wouldn't mind getting a Swole Katakuri alt art. That would be really cool. Ultramarine, Kodibu, Chiffon, Excalibur, Lin for a big rare, and then we've got Shirahoshi towards the back. And we move on. What else can we get here? And in fact, most people that I've been speaking to with my friends opening these boxes have been getting some really good hits, especially them being some 3-hit boxes, so that's really nice to see the consistency coming back from Bandai. Cannot complain with that whatsoever. I think EBO2 was a little bit disappointing with the kind of pulls you can get in that. Jinbei for a leader pack, Brook rare, and Aramaki towards the back of that as well. And gosh, I'm very excited to potentially try and tech out even Purple Luffy, as I'm still building the pieces as mentioned with Katakuri and the SR Nami for my UP Luffy. I think they're actually the last pieces that I need, just a few of those each. Then I can build it and start running that in the locals, but I'm gonna stick to obviously purple Luffy until I get that. And I might put in some of the cards that we have in the star deck. We'll go through that towards the end, of course. Very good. Shirley, and then a Hibari SR right after that. Starting off strong for this box. We do like that. And we remember what we got starting off strong for last week's box, so I will take that. Absolutely. Here we go. Papag, a Neptunian, Koribu again, Jaguar D Saul with an Ultramarine, not the type, Kami, Neptunian Gear 2. Awesome that we got that. I think we just got the last piece for the deck. And then a Kyujaku at the back for another SR, being Navy and Sword. Of course, you can put it in that new red and black Kobe deck, which could actually be a bit techy as well. Could be really good. But I think a lot of people are obviously going to be running that UP Luffy this set as well. As mentioned everywhere online that you can see and in the locals. Gonna have to start building those. Oh, we've got another leader pack here. Shirahoshi has accidentally skipped through some cards. And then another Navy officer towards the back. As I was mentioning, sorry, with the counter decks, the rushes, probably gonna start seeing a lot of Bello Bettys. Maybe some Rush Zoras coming out again. Maybe even a PRB Sanji. Wouldn't be bad. Goatee. Black Maria. Neptunian again for an AIM. Sal Death. Blue Hole. Ripper. Vinsmoke Niji. Excalibur. Karibu for a rare. And then another Shirahoshi rare towards the back from Fishman Island. And what are we going to get for the first cracked hit? We'll take an Anniversary Luffy or the manga, please. We really do want that. As we move on to the goated pools here. Can the Glorp Web give us something really good in this pack for an AIM? Mondor, Megalo, I can see we've got the leader here, Kobe for Navy and Sword. Charlotte, Oven, and then the Reiju towards the back for another rare. Starting off a bit slower, just some standard SRs for this box. And here we go, we've got another leader pack because we've got the alt, the set Don, as I'm dropping the pack. Sorry everyone. Flipping that around, They Believe in Me. Really nice. And let's fly through this pack. Hopefully we can get another Gear 2 potentially if needed for overflow. Shirahoshi leader again. Fire Fist Pistol Red Hawk. And then Charlotte Brule towards the back. Well, I don't even remember seeing that last box opening. I'm sure we obviously got one, but that's a really cool art for her. That's awesome. Like how some of the rares have really good arts. And as I think I was mentioning before as well, oh, double in a row, look at that, they've put the set Don back to back in the box. I guess that's kind of helpful, we don't have to look out for it later on. But doubling up in They Believe in Me again. And let's move on to the next leader pack here again. Flying through with some of those. Zephyr, X-Drake, Nami this time. Zeus for a rare, and then Prince Grus at the back. Alright, we've got to be approaching halfway through the box now, surely. What else is it going to give us? Come on, OP-11, Fist of Divine Speed. We need the heat. We need to pull some good stuff here. Otohime Bins, Pedro, King Cobra, Zephyr, and I can see at the bottom we've got another leader back here, Kobe again. Borsalino for a rare, and Gangbedge in the blue for a rare at the back again. Next pack in. Here we go. Pretty please, Nami SR or Charlotte Katakuri at least. We need it. We want it. We need it. Randolph, another Neptunian, likes making an appearance here for the assistance. Love that Luffy art as well. Miss Sarahebi, Gum Gum Elephant Gatling, and a Charlotte Katakuri SR. Here we go. That's what I'm talking about, everyone. That is absolutely awesome. We needed that. And we've already got 2 from this video alone. Thank you, spare packs and the double packs. We'll take it for any SR from this box. We will certainly take him. Alrighty, next pack in. Not even with the halfway of the pools yet, halfway of the box coming up. What else can we get? Mr. Morgan, Vagabond Drill, Chiffon, Bartholomew, Usopp, Carrot for a rare. And then right after that, Let's Crash This Wedding. Nice little event again. With Luffy missing his tooth there. Let me know down below, guys. Have you pulled potentially one of those anniversary rare Luffys or the manga Snake Man? And for any new viewers to the channel, welcome again. We haven't pulled a manga yet, so that's obviously the goal ongoing for opening the card game for about 1.5 years now. So Snake Man being one of my favorite forms from Luffy would be awesome to get as well. Shirahoshi for a rare, and then Aramaki at the back again. Well, it looks like the back half of this box is really going to be loaded up with the only 4 SRs we pulled so far. Let us see. Let us truly see what we can get. Back into it with Papag, Aladdin, Black Hole, Blue Hole, sorry, not Black Hole, Pedro, Ain, Kodibu, Duplicates, another Neptunian, he's losing his edge, Charlotte, Oven, and then right after that we've got an SR Jinbei. How fitting that we got his ult earlier as well in the double packs. Alright. Well, we haven't really put anything amazing in this box. I hope it's saving up for something at the end. And if it's one of those 3 that we keep mentioning, I wouldn't be bothered whatsoever. Definitely in the back half end of the box now. Mr. Fisher Tiger, another GOAT from the series. Fukaboshi, Jaguar D Sol, Pedro again. Bogard, Duplicate, 2nd pack in a row. Carrot, onto a Charlotte Linden again, the big rare. Actually just remembered, didn't even get that card in the 6 packs of pre-release. Would have been a nice big body to drop. Alright. Here we go. Next pack for another startup with an Aladdin Ultramarine. Accidentally skipping a lot of cards there, guys. Sorry. Getting too excited to the back end of this box. Usopp, Mamboshi, a Charlotte Katakuri. Awesome that we got his ult as well just earlier. Honesty Impact, an absolutely awesome art too. And then Lord of the Coast. Speaking of, actually, wouldn't be bad getting one of those manga alt arts for the events too. That would be really cool. Either the Gear 2 or the Honesty Impact. I think Honesty Impact is the second one. Correct me down below if I got that wrong. Vinsmoke Judge and Orochi. Definitely not a go-to character from the series. Another Neptunian. Zephyr, Zoro, that's a good card for pre-release. Surume, Mamboshi, Neptune, and right after that we've got the big boy buff Charlotte Katakuri. Look at that, everyone. Let me just sleeve him up and show you the texture in those muscles. Look at that. That is awesome. With some haki going around. That is sweet. But we got to dub this as the Katakuri video. I know we're doing a purple Luffy deck at the back, but that is an absolutely awesome ult to get. Look at that. Big boy right there. And as much as we don't want to play with an ult, we've already got 3 now, so that's a really good startup for him. Alright. For another SR, if we can hope, just need another Nami, and that would be amazing. What else can this box give us? Really don't have that many packs left, and certainly got some things to pull here, so let's go. Ichiji. Sarahebi again, the Poseidon, Anana, Perospero, and right after that we've got the yellow Capone Gang badge with the blocker, making another nice bit of art for him. Winding down, what else can we get here? Gosh, I really think we don't have that many packs left. I'm just going to count them after this pack, guys, and see how many cards we have to pull technically with the hit ratios. Fukaboshi, Briscola, Montor, Bogard. There we go. We haven't seen him yet. The Monkey D. Luffy leader. Kuzan, and a rare doll. Let's have a look. How many packs are left? We've got, I think it's literally 4. We literally have 4 packs left. Technically, as you can see, 3 pulls to go with 10 hits in a box. What is this box going to give us? Are we going to stay excited to the end for a certain reason? Let's go. OP-11 be giving us lots of treats. Sadie, Papag again, Neptunian, Glorpweb, Ishili, Mama Smash, Jaguar D Sol, Praline, Daifuku. He's going to be a Navy officer, and then a rare doll towards the back. Well, is this going to be potentially not a 10-hit box? We'll have to wait and see. 3 packs to go. I'm getting a bit concerned here. Waiting to the end of the box. Sadie to start off yet again. Black Maria, Sal Death, Glorp Web, Nico Robin, Buboshi is fighting for assistance, Megalo, Niji, Arlong for a rare, and then at the back we've got the SR Nami. We did need that, we called it, and we'll take it. 2 packs to go, everyone. 2 packs. Are they 2 lucky packs? No alt leader. Or is it going to be something else extraordinary? Am I going to be jumping from the chair? Let's wait and see, everyone. Let's fly through it here. Toshigi Otohime, Sal Death again, King Cobra, awesome art. Mr. Luffy there, very good. Arlong for a rare, and then we've got a rare Shirley at the back. Look at that, we're not gonna have a 10-hit box here. All right, last pack to go. What is it gonna be? Did I feel the card being a bit sticky in the back there? Let's see, everyone. Let's see what this last pack can be. Can it be some last pack magic? Hachan, Morgan, Ultramarine, Fukuboshi, Nika Robin, Bird Neptunian, not my type, X Drake, Charlotte Lin, and what is the last pull from the box? What are we gonna get here? We've got a Monkey D. Luffy secret art. We did need another one, potentially for the deck, so we'll take that. We haven't got a 3-hit box here today, but we've certainly got some really good pulls there. Alright, let me quickly line these up, everyone. Of course, we still have a single pack to go from the deck, but let's get into some reviews for the deck here. So obviously, ST-26, Monkey D. Luffy. Let's get it open, and let's see these beautiful cards inside. Some really, really good things you can get here. Slide it out. Oh, look at that. I think I already mentioned it, but that is such a nice reprint for the actual card right there. Look at that leader. So nice. And look at that card smooshed in there at the back. For the pack, I should say. Now let's go straight into it. It's the last pulls that we're going to get here for today. So let's see. No alt leader. Can't complain though. I saw a post as well, actually, that someone got some absolutely cracked hits from 4 of their boxes. We don't know if it was... They could be faking it, but hopefully we'll get something really good here from our 1 single pack from the deck. Luffy here, Sada Heavy, and we've pulled it up a bit early. We've had an alt, not an alt leader, we've got a leader pack here. Nami, and then Shirley and Elephant Gatling towards the back for the rare event. Alright, everyone. Let me find the little tag here that we've got for pulling these off. In fact, I usually don't go with that because it doesn't come off too easily, as we're having a bit of a struggle here. Bear with me. Just gonna get the knife under the top of one of the tags, and we'll get it off like that. Don't worry, we ain't here puncturing the cards. That would be hated. Alright, there we go. Let's slowly tear all that off. Get those cards out, and let's give this nice deck a review. So of course, this is the nice reprint here for your Monkey D. Luffy, the purple black leader that we had in 09. And of course, his ability being your Don 1 or your characters gain 1 cost, really good against the black removal decks. Then of course on your turn, when 2 or more Don cards on your field are returned to your Don deck, add up to 1 Don from your Don deck, set it as active, then add an additional 1 and set it as rested. So a lot of mentioning of the Don there. Absolutely gorgeous card here. Look at that. Not too much texturing on it, I should say, but of course it is from a deck, so I don't think they go too overboard on that. Now here, we've got the SR Nico Robin. So 2k here, obviously you've got your negging of 2 Dons yet again, and with the ability, you can add 1 Don card from your Don deck and set it as active. So obviously, get an extra Don essentially for your next turn with the leader ability. Having put those 2 back, you're essentially getting 3 back in a way. Pretty good SR. Now next on to the one that I really love from this deck. So this is a really good card, especially if you are comboing it with your black and purple Luffy. So 6 cost, 7k, and a really nice art to put on top of that as well. But as you can see with the ability, it's a double effect here, so on play as well as on attack. Another negging 2 Don plays perfectly with the leader. If your leader is multicolored and your opponent has 5 or more Don cards on their field, your Straw Hat type leader's base power becomes 7,000 until the end of your opponent's next phase. So having been obviously purple, that would be absolutely massive. You can even put this into the new UP Luffy, or you can't obviously, I was about to say purple Luffy, but that's the wrong one. I was meant to mention your green purple Luffy, we just had an EBO2. So this card is really good support, not just for your black and purple here for the reprint of the deck, as well as your green and purple and your blue and purple Luffy. So purple's getting a lot of love at the moment, especially with one of the cards that were reprinted in here, which I know many of you do hate if you verse against purple, but it's absolutely goated. So that's another really good SR here. Now next, this is something that is absolutely busted here. Mr. Sober Mask. If this is the one I'm thinking of, yeah, it is. So look at this ability here. This is an absolutely great card. I'm thinking of potentially putting it into purple Luffy, and you can even obviously play around it with your UP Luffy or even green purple Luffy as well. Such a strong card. So of course it's 7 cost, 9k, big on the cost there. But here's the effect. If you have a Sangoro or Sanji character with 7,000 base power or more, give this card in your hand -5 cost. On play, return all your Sangoro and Sanji characters to the owner's hands. So that being obviously the downplay of playing it out, but on top of that, if you do have some on board, even one Sangoro on board, you can recycle it for another Luffy Taro Sangoro combo later on. Or if you want, it'd be obviously heavily taxing, it might not be too worth it, but you can literally play out the 7 cost SR Rush Sanji that we had from 09, I'm pretty sure it's from 09, and do a big rush swing. You can recycle that back to your hand. Obviously that does rest a character with a cost of 6 or less. So you can do that again for a deck that might be blocker heavy. Really good for your next turn. But then this is going to be on your board from the turn before and playing it out for 2 costs. So if you're on a 10 Don turn, even 9, it depends obviously on how you want to play that as well, with obviously potentially needing like a Gum Gum Giant in hand for actual defense. That is an absolutely huge card. Really good for so many of the purple Luffy decks. Absolutely amazing. And of course with that, you've got a nice set of 4 of him in this deck here, being a sort of a common in that one as well. Here we've got your Tony Chopper, blocker, another negging 2 ability, again playing to the effects of the black purple Luffy. You can rest up to one of your opponent's Don cards or characters with a cost of 1 or less. Could be really handy. Getting rid of some other in the mirror as well, potentially letting them not use the Gum Gum Giant for the next turn. Now General Frankie, look at that, a big boy there, 8 cost 10k, another negging of 2 Don. Give up to 2 of your opponent's characters -2,000 power during this turn. Can be pretty good for board clearing if you do need it for that turn. 4 of him. Sangoro here. So that's a really nice card you can obviously play out, and if you're using this deck in any potential events, which I know some of the local game stores do like doing, you can use this obviously with that Sober Mask effect earlier with the name here, but obviously you're not going to be able to use this with Luffy Taro because it's a cost higher as a 6 cost. But pretty good card there as well, especially with this Luffy leader. If you give him the Don, obviously he's a 7 cost, so again makes it a bit difficult for that vanilla to be removed with any black decks. And are we getting 4? We're getting 4 of him. Jinbei here, 5 cost 6k, nice little blocker. On your opponent's turn, if you have 10 or more Don cards on your field, he gains 1k power. So another really good ability there for your blocker. Potentially don't have to get rid of him in that turn. Getting a nice 4 of him there. Franosuke. So this is a nice little reprint. Do run this in my purple Luffy as well for the Blackbeards. Obviously a 2k, and if you have 8 or more Don cards in your field, he gains Rush with a Don. Nice little surprise late game, potentially gets around the Blackbeard effect. Nice little reprint, 4 of him there. Also a reprint from your OP-09, so not too long ago. Obviously the vanilla Usopp here. Getting 4 of him. Nami, another reprint again, and another 2k. So for her ability on play, return one or more Don cards from your field to your Don decks. Gain up to 2 rested Don cards. Give up 2 rested Don cards to your leader or one of your characters. And I think you get 4 of those as well. Quite a few reprint heavies you can see towards the back of the deck. Same as this Zora here, another 3-5k for an OP-11. May return 1 Don cards from your field to your Don deck, up to 1 Don card from your Don deck and set it as active. Nice bit of Don recycling for a turn if you want to use that. And here we go, we've finally got a black card. As you can see here, it's a black and purple deck, but it's so purple heavy on the actual reprints here. Now this is Brook from ST, so the 14-star deck, the black Luffy. So just a nice little vanilla here. And that's obviously 4 of him there. Now here we go to the events, the crucial part of the deck, as you'll see in a second for those that really hate versing purple Luffy. Here we've obviously got your Gum Gum Lightning, so a nice negging of 2 Don main. You can KO opponent's character with a 6,000 power or less. Pretty good. Getting 4 of those. And here is the illustrious Gum Gum Giant, no golden border. Do you get 4 in the deck? You do. So here obviously are your Don cards that you have at the back. We'll get rid of those. But the last 4, the pesky event that everyone doesn't like, potentially might be banned. We'll see how that goes. Even though they have reprinted, they've done this in the past with other cards where, you know, people think they're reprinting it means it's not going to get banned. It might potentially in the next ban, we can still have to wait and see. But obviously, the absolutely busted card, so if someone's still trying to find your Gum Gum Giants, obviously you need to pick up one of these decks. Really, really busted card. I don't think I need to go over the effect if you want to pause the screen. I'm sure many people have this used against them, and I've definitely used it many times and it saved me in games, so absolutely go-to event card there. But there you go for a little review of the deck. I hope I've helped explain some of the cards and things you can do with it as well. Definitely going to be trying out some special sauce, as we can see here with these nice SR Luffys and Robins, and especially those Sober Masks. Really, really good cards. Now let me do a nice little recap. Of course, we'll put the deck to the side. But we had some absolutely stunning pulls today from the actual things that we opened from OP-11. So let's go through it in turn. From the box, we had a Jinbei SR, Monkey D. Garp, Hibari, Kyujaku, Gangbej, and Nami, which we needed, Katakuri, which we needed. And then we got Mr. Swole Boy, Ulta Katakuri. Absolutely awesome. Love that bit of art there. Looking absolutely menacing, and he's definitely been hitting the gym for sure. Then again, we have another nice card that we did need too. The Monkey D. Luffy with a secret. So we'll definitely take that there. Then, of course, we had the Dons that come in the random assortments with the double packs. Unfortunately, didn't get one of each, so I could showcase them today, but we had 2 Kobes right there. Put them to the side. Then, of course, we had a few spare packs and the double packs. We got another Jinbei, another Katakuri, which was huge. The Jinbei Ulta, which is absolutely lovely. And then, of course, the biggest surprise that we got today from a double pack, which I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, anyone that might remember from the channel, maybe I'm thinking of a Yamato potentially in the double pack, but from memory, either 1 or 2 times it's only ever happened for myself. So that is an absolutely awesome pull to get an Ulta leader from a double pack. And Katakuri, hey, it's purple. I've got a trend of playing purple right now. Maybe I'll build a deck around it as well. And let me know if you guys down below want me to pop in a nice little video maybe for UP Luffy once we construct it. Maybe even give a bit of advice on a deck, so I know you guys really do like the deck lists and things that I do with those sorts of videos for some really good winner decks. Alright, well let me try and shift it all so it's not being affected by the ring camera there. So you've got a nice little view here of all these gorgeous cards that we have pulled today. But I want to thank you all again so much for watching. Do really appreciate the support. Hope you enjoyed the video today of going through one of the awesome decks as well as some more awesome pulls for OP-11. Of course, we have a bit more to open. So stay tuned for that. Stay excited and we'll see you in the next one.